Okay.
Deputy Smith and then Deputy Chambers.
Thank you, Laskin Corner. Thank you for the opportunity to speak on this important issue, and I'd like to compliment Deputy Lisa Chambers on tabling this important motion. As someone who comes from Cavan Monaghan constituency, when the government closed down 4 provincial military barracks facilities, namely Cavan, Mullingar, Clonmel and Castlebar, with 540 staff, the majority of them army personnel, they were relocated to other facilities further afield. Of the affected personnel, 136 were based in O'Neill's Army Barracks in County Cavan, but deployed to Athlone following the announcement. At that time, this move by the government created huge angst, worry and upheaval for the local families. And as a result, there has been a significant downside to all of this. It resulted in turmoil and relocation, uncertainty and confusion for the members of the Defence Forces. Such tensions and family displacement are not conducive to optimum operational viability, certainty and good morale. The Defence Forces has been an easy target for cost-cutting, its unreserved loyalty and professionalism perhaps taken advantage of. Policy has become a matter of fitting the Defence Forces into a particular budget envelope. We all agree that the single greatest asset the Defence Force has is its personnel. Yet the Defence Forces are facing huge difficulty in retaining and recruiting sufficient personnel. The Defence Forces are now seriously below strength, and it is now time to significantly rebuild. The decline over recent years has left the force with just over 9,000 personnel, with some 430 below the current agreed strength. The ongoing exit from the Defence Forces by all ranks is running at 40 and 50 a month. Minister, in light of Brexit, possibly the biggest single issue facing the Government and this country in the history of the state, it is time to give the Department of Defence the focus and importance it deserves. The decision in March 2011 to assign the defence portfolio to a subsidiary role to the Minister for Justice indicated an essential lack of respect for the position. While it was unreasonable to assign it to another Cabinet portfolio, to do so with justice and equality, one of the busiest government departments, was a regressive decision. Minister, I come from a border constituency where Brexit is of all concerns associated with it are to the forefront of everybody's mind. Checkpoints, a need for security, or worse, a return to smuggling and criminality in the border region. Minister, Ireland needs to recommit to its defence forces. Fianna Fáil believes that we should look to increase our defence forces to over 10,000 in the coming year, and we also believe it is important to retain what we have. The state's defence policy, its implementation and resourcing must be appropriate. For our part, Fianna Fáil is committed to a defence policy that is measured, fit for purpose, appropriately resourced, and which allows the Department of Defence and the Defence Forces to go forward with confidence in an ever-changing world with emerging threats such as what I have outlined. In tabling this motion, Deputy Chambers is acting on the belief that our defence forces are of critical importance to our state and society, not to mention the border region. Fianna Fáil consistently raised this issue between 2011 and 2014, and we welcome the fact that the current Minister for Defence is not also the Minister for Justice and Equality. However, we believe we must go forward and commit to the restoration of defence as a lead portfolio in Cabinet, and the Minister with day-to-day responsibility for defence policy should be a fully fledged Cabinet Minister and not a Minister of State as it currently is. This would give clear affirmation of the value of the state and we must place on our defence forces. Thank you, Laskin Corner.